We didn't choose the village.
Any other questions from the audience?
The village.
We move on to the last film of this session, The Nightmare of a Belief, Somewhere Low. Should be here somewhere. All right. Okay. So we'll see you after the viewing. Thank you very much. Let me go.
I'm connected with this festival because I was one of the founders together with Beate Engelbrecht, and so I'm co-director and running the festival for 20 years now. I'm also now this year in the selection committee together with 7 other colleagues, which explains the selection process, which is that there are teams of 2. And because there were more than 450 films, each of the teams of 2 gets 1/4 of the submitted films. And then after watching all the films, all the 8 people come together and talk about the films to be selected.
Our aim is to show quite different films on different countries, on different topics, but also on different ways to do films.
As this is an ethnographic film festival, the topic of the film obviously is at the core of anthropology, of African studies. And on top of that, it is an unusual film because you have been given access to actions and opinions and statements which are rare and difficult to get. So congratulations for being able to achieve that.
The very good quality of the images. The topic was, of course, a very interesting one. You show in your film a little bit things so we get an understanding how it works.
When I was child, I believed of so many things.
I was living in Guinea-Bissau for almost 2 years, and there I have some contact with black magic. And if in the beginning it was difficult for me to understand or even to respect it, in the end, I have a lot of respect about it, and I'm still trying to understand what is black magic, what that means, how that works, what is the importance of people, and where is the border between when black magic is cultural or when black magic is a crime. And so for me, the movie was really interesting in that way.
Qui tu vois? Qui? Qu'est-ce qu'elle fait? Elle? Tu la remarques bien. Hein?
Of course, it was interesting subject for me. I knew many things about it, but I didn't come across to the visualization of these things through the film, into the documentary film in a way.
I think it was important that you also got some people who really do this witchcraft business, and to have them in front of the camera to just have their possibility to explain why they think that it's all a witchcraft matter.
Hier, nous avons tendu le piège pour que le malfaiteur, le sorcier du village, soit pris. Et ce matin, je me rends compte qu'il est déjà dans cette bouteille, comme vous le voyez là. Il est là-dedans.
As someone who makes films in Africa myself, I've come to learn that it's really important to get films from an African perspective on issues that have been covered very extensively by people from outside. I think this film really adds something strong to the discussions that have gone on about witchcraft and about spirit possession and about one thing I really liked about it was placing it within the legal framework of Cameroon, because I think there's still a lot of discussion to be had about how it fits in with that and how it's governed in many African countries, not just Cameroon's.
The most important thing was that you did it as a person coming from this country and coming from this background and really saying, I don't know how to deal with it. I have my difficulties with it, and I myself don't understand it really.
With a feeling of tension, I'm following the traditional healer. When I was a child, night was the time of witches and initiates. Right now, I can feel the power of the night around me. If something is going to happen here, I say to myself, it will happen in front of my camera.
What I find interesting that you go with your direction and you work on your belief. And by meeting the people, by meeting the féticheur...
you invite your audience to try to feel it as raising with this and how to believe in this and then how to disbelieve and to break this and how to deal with this dilemma. Actually, it creates very much good dialogue in everybody's mind, in my opinion, about, okay, what is it after all? Is it truth or it's false, it's fake, what it is after all? And I'm very much looking forward to see your next film.
Montez par la bouche! Par la bouche! Que le feu du Saint-Esprit parcourt tout ce corps. Par la bouche, libérez! Au nom de Jésus-Christ de Nazareth, je demande maintenant la libération de ce corps. Ce corps qui t'appartient, Père éternel. Ce corps qui est à toi. Ce corps qui est la maison du Saint-Esprit. Je commande maintenant. Je commande maintenant.
I personally was quite struck by some of the scenes you were able to film. In particular also including the ones that had to do with the Catholic rites and system of dealing with witchcraft, which to me, although I'm not a specialist in the field, at first glance are not so much different from how the witchcraft is dealt with. And it's not a matter of whether Western belief thinks witchcraft exists or does not exist. Your film clearly shows that it exists, but as a social phenomenon.
Comme procureur de la République, j'ai poursuivi beaucoup de gens, beaucoup, pour sorcellerie. Et j'ai tenu à ce qu'ils soient condamnés pour cela 10 ans. C'est le maximum que prévoit l'article 251 du Code pénal. Ouais. 10 ans. 10 ans, c'est lourd, hein?
You started the film believing in sorcery and you ended the film having overcome this belief or dismissing this belief, but I'm not sure that you took the viewer with us as well as you could have, that there was a turning point where you really realized that these things had changed in your mind and you were perceiving them in a different way than you used to. And I'm not quite sure that the viewer was taken to that turning point and had that realization at the same time that you did. For us, it seemed like you believed in sorcery and then all of a sudden you didn't. So there was this moment that we weren't with you. I think you probably had the material to do that. But that was one little thing that I felt that we kind of missed out on that part of the journey with you. Otherwise, I thought it was fantastic.
I think the film will be quite controversial for a lot of people to watch, but I think that's where documentary is at its best, when it's asking tough questions and it's confronting people with things that maybe make them a little bit uncomfortable. So I think the film will continue to generate a lot of discussion wherever it's shown, and I hope you go on to make more hard-hitting films.
Thank you.